everyone. Welcome to Really the Life, the podcast where we take a closer look at the life, thoughts, and heart of Dr. Jose Rizal. And hindi lang po yung typical na history class, but rather a kwentuhan lang on how real and relatable Dr. Jose Rizal was. And I'm Angela Crisia R. Nicolas.
Hello, I am Lance Santos, and for today we are diving into Rizal's writings, like Noli Me Tangere and El Filibusterismo. We'll get to know him as a savage writer, thinker, and the national hero we remember today.
Hi, I'm Paul Joshua Gregorio, and Pirito. When you hear Noli Me Tangere, what comes to mind? Boring book? Quiz sa Filipino class? We feel you. But did you know, Rizal used this novel to call out everyone abusing power. Literal, savage siya.
And I'm John Bernard Barcer, and legit yan. Rizal called out everyone na corrupt at mapang-abuso. Parang written expose. Mga pare, boom, they got exposed. The government, they got exposed. Pati mga taong tahimik lamang. Sabi ni Rizal, tahimik kayo, edi kayo rin part ng problema.
And so, alam nyo ba mga pips na yung Noli, it was written habang nasa Madrid si Rizal. And wala siyang kahit big publisher or kahit mga influencer, wala siya nun. Bale, very self-funded and self-published lang siya. Like, literal na indie king talaga. Pero syempre, may tulong din siya with his fellow illustrados like si Antonio Luna, si Marcelo del Pilar, si Graciano Lopez Jahena, and support system niya is on point talaga.
Saka may legit na research din siya, no? He even used Latin and European references in his novels. Bakit? Para syempre, serious vibes. Pero underneath all the classy writing is, kung babasahin niyo ng mabuti, grabe din yung pain no? Si Ibarra, parang classic tragic hero, ganun. And privileged nga siya, pero helpless naman.
You're so gosh damn right. Si Bara, he lost his father, got rejected by society, and basically betrayed by the system he tried to reform. Parang telenovela na may revolutionary twist. Tapos may Maria Clara pa.
Umsi, nandiyan pa si Maria Clara. Akala niyo ano lang siya, demure damsel lang, pero she was a symbol. She showed how women were trapped by culture, by religion, and by patriarchy. Rizal was low-key a feminist for that, and I think medyo low-key lang.
Local feminist religion niya. I mean, he really highlighted how religion was used to manipulate people. Lalo na sa mga babae, nako. Tapos parang sinabi niya na, gising na, wake up people, ano na, magaganon na siya eh.
Pero grabe rin talaga yung shift sa El Filibusterismo yun. You will genuinely feel the bitterness of Rizal. From hopeful Ibarra to a vengeful one na naging Simon siya. Parang, okay, ayaw niyo ng peace ha? Then I have no choice. Ayun yung naging Simon na kilala natin today.
A man that wanted to come in with a broom, as in, gusto niyang pasabugin yung mga party ng mga elite para mas magising yung bayan. And if you think about it, that wasn't just fiction. That was Rizal saying, ito ang pwedeng mangyari kung mananatiling bulag ang lipunan.
And that really makes you think. Was Rizal still hopeful when he was writing El Filibusterismo? Or nawalan siya ng faith sa refund? Kasi when you look at it, El Fili, it was genuinely a dark theme. Ang daming namatay and wala masyadong happy ending. It was a literal switch from the light theme no limitakan.
True. Pero sa tingin ko kasi si Rizal, naniniwala pa rin siya sa reform deep down sa damdamin niya. Pero, and he just wanted people to feel the weight of injustice. Like, yung range na hindi mo na talaga kayang kimkimin eh. Ganun na yung nararamdaman niya nun.
And hindi lang siya nagpapasikat lang. He risked his life sa pagsusulat ng katotohanan. Hindi birong ginawa niya. And words were his weapons.
Kaya, when we say savage with a pen, we mean he didn't go to war, pero sa panulat niya, nagkaroon ng movement, nagising ang mga Pilipino.
Tapos, pag inisip nyo, relevant pa rin lahat ng mga issues hanggang ngayon. Corruption, nandyan pa rin. Elitism, very evident. And blind obedience, sadly, yes.
Parang history just changed costumes nga lang eh. Pero same pa rin yung plot. Kaya yung Nolly, pati yung Phoebe, hindi lang dapat siya pinaglulumaan sa shelf eh. That binabasa pa rin natin. And hindi lang basta binabasa. Yung, alam nyo yun, iniintindi talaga din natin.
Tapos ang ironic pa guys, kasi minsan alam niyo naman tinatamad din tayong basahin 'to, pero ang daming linya na pwede mong i-quote sa activism ngayon. Definitely, Rizal speaks through generations talaga.
So, if you're holding that book right now, give it another shot. Don't just skim. Read it like Rizal is talking to you. Kasi he was.
So, yun. That's episode 1. And abangan nyo sa next episode, we will go deeper to Rizal. And it is about Rizal's letters, heartbreaks, and doubts. Ready na ba kayo for emotional Rizal? Kasi kami, hindi.